Hey friends, welcome back. We are still in the heart of Women's Empowerment Month, and today we're going to continue the conversation about the power of rest. Because let's be real, too many of us are still fighting for it. Last week, we talked about rest as resistance and how reclaiming our time is a radical act of self-love. This week, we're going to dive even deeper into why women, especially mothers, caregivers, and high achievers, are stuck in cycles of overwork, of martyrdom, sound familiar, and burnout. We'll talk about how it's easier, and sometimes it just feels better to just do it all ourselves, and why that mindset is actually harming us. And guess what else? It's harming those around us, and how we can shift out of this exhausting pattern. And of course, I'll be walking you through a somatic practice to help you release the tension that builds up when you have been carrying too much for too long. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's get into it. Hey there, my sister, my friend. Welcome to the Dr. Tanya B podcast with me, Dr. Tanya B. I am here to help you be your best, most authentic self, your life, your way. We're going to talk everything self-care, self-love, mindset, and personal growth with a splash of hippie woo. I am proud of you for giving yourself this time today, so let's not waste time and let's dig in. Okay, let's talk about second shift. This is the extra unpaid labor that women take on after their actual jobs, where they are now managing the household. They are taking care of kids. They are supporting partners. They are checking in on family. They are handling all of the invisible emotional labor that keeps everything running smoothly. But here is the thing. We don't just take on the second shift. We have been conditioned to own it, to believe that it is easier and it is better if we do it ourselves rather than letting other people step up and take some of that load. How many times have you said to yourself, or even just thought, I'll just do it. It'll get done faster and it'll get done the right way. Or if I have to explain it, I might as well just do it myself. Or they won't do it the way that I like, so I'll just handle it. It's just easier if I take care of it. Does that sound familiar? Here is, I have a funny story. So it's one of the most memorable times that this smacked me right in the face. It was probably like 8 or 9 years ago. We still had all 3 of the boys at home. Trey was in middle school playing soccer, like probably early middle school. And by we, I mean I, had everything planned out to the very smallest detail for a soccer game that happened to be on it was a work and school night. I didn't have time to leave work, to come home, to get everybody ready and get them back to the game. So I planned it all out for them. Scott and the boys were supposed to meet at home, get dinner, and then meet at the game. Shouldn't have been hard, right? Dinner was ready for them. They just needed to heat it up. Trey's uniform was cleaned. It was ready to go. They knew what time they had to leave. Everything was ready for them. Everything. So how this turned into total pandemonium and caused lots of stress for me is beyond me. All 4 of those boys, Scott included, searched the entire house for Trey's jersey. They could not find it. Multiple times they looked through the house. It was just totally gone. It disappeared. They're calling me. They're freaking out. I'm trying to finish my workday so that I can get there on time. But there's no point of doing that if they can't find the jersey, because that means he can't play in the game. So after me being on the phone with them and walking them through the house several times, telling them to look in very specific spots, we just gave up. I called the coach, I explained the situation, and I asked if she just happened to have an extra jersey. Thankfully, this woman is also a mom of 3 boys, and so she completely understood and was prepared. He borrowed one of her jerseys, and ultimately they won the game, so he was very happy. But do you know what I found when I got home? Can you guess? The jersey, literally sitting on the kitchen counter, right where I left it, right where I told all of them that it was going to be, right where I had asked them to look no less than 10 times, right there. And then earlier this week, I saw a meme of a mom that said, I'm going to start charging my family for things that I can find in less than 1 minute. So that really hit home for me, and it brought me back to this story. Because while that story is funny and the meme is also very relatable, we as women have created this total dependence on us. Maybe we do this because we feel like that's what we're supposed to do. That is our job as a mom. Maybe because it makes us feel valued or needed or necessary. But the reality is that this damn role that we have created is actually a form of martyrdom. We are being martyrs. It is you sacrificing your energy, your well-being, because you think it's the only way that things will get done, or at least get done correctly. But here's the truth. That mindset is keeping you trapped. You are overfunctioning. And when you do that, the people around you underfunction, which means we rob them of the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to take responsibility. In trying to keep it all together, you are actually doing a disservice, a major disservice to the people that you love. When you consistently step in, you fix, you manage, you control, you send out this message, whether it is intentional or not, that they are not capable, that they cannot be trusted to figure things out on their own. This breeds dependency, insecurity, and an inability to navigate challenges. Over time, these patterns create adults who struggle with problem solving, with emotional regulation, and with resiliency. They become people who hesitate to take initiative, who avoid responsibility, and who expect other people to pick up their slack. They may lack confidence in their abilities to constantly seek validation or crumble under pressure because they were never given the space to develop coping skills. What starts as your loving intention, wanting to make life easier for those around you, ultimately, think about this, it ultimately handicaps them, leaving them ill-equipped to face the complexities of adulthood. I see this every day. So by stepping back, by allowing discomfort, and by resisting that urge to do everything, you need to empower others to rise to their own potential. You need to allow them to take ownership of their lives and to develop the strength and the skills that they need to thrive. But it's not just a disservice to them, right? This isn't just about everybody else. Sometimes we need to talk about that because that's what opens your eyes into making sure that this is how you can actually take care of yourself, is by taking care of those around you. But it's not just a disservice to the people that you love. This overfunctioning drains you. It is leaving you exhausted and resentful and overwhelmed. You carry the mental and emotional load of everyone around you, often at the expense of your own well-being. When you are constantly prioritizing other people's needs over your own, you reinforce the belief that your own worth is tied to how much you do and how well you take care of everyone else. This cycle erodes your own sense of self, leading to burnout, to frustration, and physical symptoms of stress. We sacrifice our joy, our peace, our personal growth in the process. Instead of living a life that feels fulfilled and balanced, you become stuck in a survival mode, always running on empty. The irony of that is that when you stop overfunctioning, not only do you free other people to step up, but you also free yourselves to rest, to heal, to finally reclaim your own lives. So, what do you think? Should we address it? Because you don't have to live like this. You can choose a different way. So this is where the protocol that I created comes into place. This is the ASRM protocol that I've been talking about, which is acknowledge, surrender, release, and manifest. So in this case, acknowledge is about recognizing where you're holding on too tight. Where are you overfunctioning? Where are you denying yourself rest because you think you should do it all? So it's just acknowledging, recognizing that that is exactly what you are doing. And then you'll move into surrender. So how do you let go of the need to control everything? You have to ask yourself, what would happen? What would happen if I let someone else take responsibility? I probably have a spoiler alert for you, and that is that the world will not end. Will it be perfect? Probably not, but that's okay, right? Sometimes it ends up better. When you step back and you let other people live up to their potential, it ends up so much better than you could have ever imagined. All right, so that was acknowledge, that was surrender, and then we move into release. So this is physically physically letting go of that tension, which brings me to today's somatic practice. We'll get to that in just a second. And then the fourth one is manifest. So this is where you get to create this new reality where you are supported, where you are resting, where you are thriving, my friend. Okay, so let's go back to the release. So we're going to do the somatic practice. So let's just take a minute to release the weight of this overfunctioning. So if you are driving, do this with your eyes open and paying attention, but you can still do it. Otherwise, I want you to close your eyes. Get comfortable. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale all the way, filling your lungs completely, and hold that for just a moment. And then I want you to exhale slowly. Visualize yourself carrying a heavy backpack. Inside of it are all of the responsibilities, the obligations, the expectations that you have taken on. And now imagine just taking that backpack off, sitting it to the ground. Feel the weight lift from your shoulders as you set it down. And now roll your shoulders back, stretch your neck, shake out your arms. Let go of any tension that you're holding onto physically. And as you take another deep breath in, I want you to say along with me, I am allowed to rest. I am worthy of support. I do not have to carry everything alone. Fantastic. All right, so I want you to do this whenever you are feeling overwhelmed. It is small, but it is a powerful way to remind yourself that you do not have to do it all. My friend, listen to me one more time. You do not have to do it all. All right, so just another little story. So this is a client that I had been working with. She participated in one of my workshops. We'll call her Sarah. So Sarah is by far the definition of an overfunctioner. She she is still working a full-time job. She's taking care of 2 kids. She's managing her home. She is supporting everyone around her, everyone except for herself. So Sarah came to me into this workshop feeling exhausted, feeling resentful, feeling trapped in a cycle that she just could not see her way out of. So we worked together using the ASRM protocol. And the biggest shift that came when she gave herself permission to step back and let others step up. So she started delegating. She stopped apologizing for needing rest. She made herself a priority. And guess what? Can you guess? Not only did she feel lighter and more at peace, but her relationships improved too. So her partner and her girls, she had two daughters, actually stepped up. And when she stopped micromanaging everything, this is the kind of transformation that happens when you choose rest over that martyrdom. You do not have to live there. And so if Sarah's story resonates with you, you absolutely need to be in the Resilience Lab. This is where we do the real work. This is where we break free from stress, from self-doubt, and from emotional exhaustion. It is a community of women who are done with burnout, who are ready to reclaim their energy, their clarity, and their confidence. We take this protocol and we apply it in real time. You get coaching, you get support, you get accountability, you get tangible tools to help you shift from surviving to thriving. And because I know how hard it is for you to take that first step, I am offering you 50% off for your first month. So check the show notes for your exclusive link. I thought I lost internet connection there for a second. I think I'm okay. So check the show notes for the link for the 50% off for a month. I want to leave you with this thought though. You, my friend, you are not required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. Listen to that again. I absolutely love this. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. You do not have to earn your rest. You do not have to prove yourself worthy by doing more. You are enough, just as you are. So today, I challenge you. Step back. Let's go. Give yourself permission to rest. Until next time, take care of yourself because you are worth it. I love you.